You only get one shot. No resets, no retakes. That's what run and gun filmmaking taught me. Most of my career wasn't built on crazy sets or big crews. It was me, a backpack, and a deadline. Carrying only the essentials allowed me to shoot faster and never miss a moment. That's why I want to go through the gear that made what I do today even possible. These are the ones that solved real problems throughout my career and helped me capture the videos that I'm most proud of. Prime lenses get you better sharpness, character, and image quality, but I almost never shoot on a prime lens. For 95% of my work, I relied on zoom lenses. It isn't because I hate cinematography, it's because for run and gun filmmaking, speed always wins. Anytime I've ever needed to swap lenses, I've either lost minutes of golden hour, got dust on my sensor, or completely missed the shot. A zoom lens can give me wide establishing shots, tight inserts, and everything in between, all without touching my bag. Can't push past a crowd? Zoom in. Can't back up into a leg injury? Zoom out. It didn't need to be the sharpest or fastest. It just had to be reliable. And this one lens workhorse always lets me stay in the moment. Your viewers can forgive a shaky camera shot here and there, but they'll never forgive bad sound. Ever since film school, I've always hated shoving a shotgun mic in someone's face or going through this whole game of hide and seek. You're in, still in. That's why a wireless microphone has been one of my most used tools next to my camera. I've shot thousands of hours of interviews, vlogs, and behind the scenes content, all with wireless audio kits. The Sennheiser G2 kit and lav mic have been with me for most of my career, but I recently swapped over to the DJI mics to stay a bit more nimble. You just attach the mic onto your subject, hit record, and never have to worry about bad audio again. Having the freedom to place a tiny mic anywhere without fumbling around with cables makes capturing high quality sound too easy. If you film people talking a lot, a wireless mic system will save your career. I always thought that getting the cinematic look meant buying cine lenses or shooting on cine cameras. But it turns out it's the sum of a lot of different things that I didn't expect when I first started. And one of those things is using lens filters. I'm talking about the ones that no one really notices until you don't use them. The only ones in front of my lens have always been an ND filter and a 1/8 black mist. That's why I'm really excited about Nisi sponsoring this video, because they just came out with a variable ND kit that includes a 1/8 black mist, perfect for creators like me. ND filters are basically sunglasses for your lens. Putting them on lets you lower your aperture so you get shallower depth of field. A variable ND filter lets you change the strength of the filter without having to physically switch it out. This has become essential for whenever I shoot in daylight, because cranking up the shutter speed to compensate doesn't give that cinematic polish that I'm looking for. Now, a black mist decreases the overall contrast in your image and softens up the highlights. This has been my favorite way to get rid of that digital sharpness modern cameras have that look too video. The reason I love Nisi's JetMag Pro filters isn't just because they're slim and durable, but because they're the fastest and easiest filters I've ever attached on my lens. I have lost count how many times I've fumbled around taking off and putting on filters, and when you're filming run and gun content, every second counts. These attach magnetically, and with a twist, they stay locked and secure. The color-coded handles make it easy to know which filter is what, so it really feels grab and go. They're super easy to take off, but I rarely do because of how much I use them. You can check them out with the link below, and thank you Nisi for sponsoring this video. I used to think I could fix dark shots in post. Then I saw this. And I'm not really going for the found footage look. That's where these came in and changed everything. Portable LED lights. I have gone through a variety of shapes and sizes for LED lights, but there's one thing in common. Battery-powered lights save my shots. When I would film at night, I wouldn't always be able to rely on street lamps or building lights. I had to light my subject even if it was artificially placed. LED lights are so compact now, they're versatile for any kind of run and gun content you shoot. They can be a key light to illuminate your subject's face, be a kicker to add drama, a catch light to bring life to your subject's eyes, or even accent lights to create visual interest in your background, like what I'm doing here. Portable LED that I've been using for my desk. When you don't have a crew, even a single LED light in your bag could save you in tough situations. When you're always on the move, your backpack is your mobile workstation. I always thought this meant I needed one that's built like a tank to safely store all my camera equipment. But remember, speed is the name of the game, and it's tough to shoot anything carrying a whole apartment on your back. That's why I've been using the same bag for the past 3 years, even though it's light, thin, and kind of just looks like a regular backpack. This bag has encouraged me to only carry the essentials whenever I'm out filming, and includes enough pockets and dividers to keep every piece of gear organized. Now, would I throw a Alexa 35 or a Red V Raptor in it? Probably not. But for mirrorless camera shooters like me, it keeps me mobile without screaming to be stolen. That's why whenever I travel or I'm on the go, I've relied on this bag. I actually have a favorite piece of gear. It's not a camera, a microphone, or a light. It's a handheld smoke machine. Okay, look, you don't need a smoke machine. No one does. But if there's a cheat code to getting pro-looking results no matter what lights or cameras you shoot on, this is it. My go-to has been the Smoke Ninja, and recently the Smoke Ninja Pro because of its sleek design, portability, and high output. Adding fog or haze turns a boring moment into a cinematic frame that tells a story. It can be tough to include outdoors and isn't for every situation, but anytime I'm faced with a tight deadline, no crew, and high expectations from a client, a handheld smoke machine added a level of polish nothing else did. By the way, if you're trying to make high quality videos with minimal resources, I've got a community and membership where I share monthly project breakdowns, behind the scenes, and step-by-step tutorials. It is the fastest way to skip my 17 years of trial and error and lets you grow with other serious creators just like you. So a big thank you to this month's Kaizen members, and check out the link in the description if you want to join. I used to hate gimbals. They were too bulky, too heavy, and too good. The smooth shots I would get made me feel like a master cinematographer, so I couldn't stop using it. But it was a pain to carry around. I'd be flailing around trying to lock the axes, and rebalancing it all the time killed my momentum. I have cycled through a few gimbals, but the RS4 Mini has fixed everything I've hated about using them. It is lightweight, carries my usual camera and lens, and auto locks between takes. It's so quick to set up, I have to actively resist from overusing gimbal shots. Not everything needs to be filmed on a gimbal, but there's nothing like a clean push-in, arc, or tracking shot to elevate a moment. If you're shooting a lot on your feet, it's an essential tool for pro-level results. Run and gun filmmaking for me has never been about having the most perfect gear. They just have to keep me ready for when the story shows up.